Oh, that is so good, that first sip of coffee. So last night I had a wedding. I am a singer, is like my day job. And it was a really long day, late night, so I just kind of took it easy this morning, drank a lot of water, and a little bit I've got a French lesson online. Yeah, and then I'm gonna make some breakfast in a little bit. So I hope you enjoy this what I eat in a day video. So I hope this gives you some recipe inspiration if you're in a food slump, and I hope it helps you to see that you don't need to kill animals to make delicious foods. So let's get this day started. I was wanting something comforting this morning, so I made some delicious chocolate oats. I got this recipe from Coconut Bowl's website. They sent me one of their beautiful bowls that I will show you in a minute. This video is actually sponsored by Coconut Bowls. They're an amazing sustainable company because they upcycle discarded coconut shells and turn them into beautiful bowls, forks, and spoons. These shells would otherwise be burnt and emit CO2. They also hire local artisans and pay them 30% above fair wage standards. These bowls are biodegradable, so when you buy a coconut bowl, you're creating a sustainable closed loop and keeping them out of the landfill. Click the link below if you'd like to buy one and use the code DAMNTASTY10 for 10% off. It was such a beautiful day, so I like to enjoy some time outside as much as I can before the cold, dark, depressing winter comes in. And I'm obsessed with all of the neighborhood cats. And there's this really adorable cat that lives next door. His name is Simon. He's super friendly. And anytime I'm outside on the porch, he loves to come and just say hi and hang out with me. How cute is he? So a few hours later, it was about lunchtime, and I warmed up some leftovers for lunch. I had a lot of food on hand because I cooked a lot during the week. This is a sweet potato and kidney bean tagine, and I love snacking on arugula. Who else is with me? Who's team arugula? It's also called roquette in the UK, and I just put it raw on the side because it's so good. It's a nice contrast to the tagine. The tagine has sweet potatoes and greens and raisins and kidney beans and spices. It's so good. And then for dessert, I had some juicy organic grapes and did a little happy dance because you got to do a happy dance when food tastes good. About an hour after lunch, I love to enjoy a cup of loose leaf green tea. I've become quite the tea snob. I only drink loose leaf now. And just a nice little mental break in my day. I love to just sit outside and like read my book or play chess on my phone on like chess.com, messy mangoes if you want to play with me. After my tea break, I started prepping for dinner. I was in the mood for some lentil loaf with like roasted veggies or potatoes. Oh, it just sounded so nice on this day. I love cooking just a really comforting dinner Sunday nights. So I got the lentils going in an Instant Pot so that they would be ready to go by the time I was ready to make dinner. And I love to have at least like 2 cups of tea in a day. So I made another cup of tea to take with me to go. And I had one of these vegan peanut butter cups. There was this art and music festival downtown where we live, so we went out and had a nice little walk and got to see some live local music and see some really cool arts and crafts and things, and a ton of adorable little puppers. There were so many dogs there. That was half the fun of it, is just walking around and looking at all the cute dogs. So when we got back a few hours after that, I started to make the lentil loaf, and I just kind of winged this. I didn't really use a recipe. I kind of know how to make one, and I just eyeball the ingredients and just use whatever I have on hand. So I had some celery, onion, and carrots, and I just used some like Italian seasoning, chopped up some mushrooms, and I had some fresh thyme from my garden. Put that in there. Oh my God, thyme has to be one of my favorite herbs. I love it. Thyme and sage and basil, but thyme, oh, especially this time of year. So I sauteed that up for a while until the mushrooms, cooked down. Then I added some soy sauce that adds a nice umami flavor to dishes. And then I added a ton of garlic and some tomato paste I had on hand. It's so funny, like whenever you open up tomato paste, you use like a tablespoon of it and then you don't know what to do with it. So that was the case. I had some in my fridge and I was like, okay, I need to use tomato paste more. So I cooked that in there and added a little bit of wine, and then I added in the lentils that I cooked earlier. They ended up being a bit runny, so I had to use a little extra flour in this. So I just kind of used what I had on hand, some flour, and then I put in some oatmeal in there, and I had some panko breadcrumbs. I was just like, oh, let's see how this tastes in there. And then I just seasoned it with a little bit of salt and garlic powder, and
put that into like a bread loaf pan with a parchment paper. I filled it up about halfway and then put some barbecue sauce in the middle of it, and then filled it up the rest of the way and topped it with some more barbecue sauce. So this turned out pretty good. I liked doing that, like putting a little layer of barbecue sauce in the middle. That was a cool little trick I figured out. And then I just roasted some veggies on the side that I had on hand. I have a bunch of sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts I need to use up. So I just put some oil on them, some like steak seasoning that I had, and put them on a lined baking sheet. I always like to flip the cut side of the Brussels sprouts down when I bake it. So then I just threw both those in the oven and made up a really good side salad to go with it. And I had a really delicious dinner. And then for dessert, I forgot to film this, but I had some herbal tea and another one of those peanut butter cups and some more grapes. So I hope you enjoyed this What I Eat in a Day video. Hope it inspired you with some recipes. Again, check out Coconut Bowls, link below with the promo code. And I will see you all very soon in the next video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Bye.